Hello, I'm Sharpen Wessex Blades in England. Welcome back. This weekend, I really need to crack on with the Enforcer and this little thing for Survival Mike, the Assassin. Both of which I've actually slimmed down this morning. On the Enforcer, I've removed a little bit more stock from that swell there and a bit off the back, just so in hand when I know that the scales are on, it's gonna be a better fit rather than too large and it's harder to remove the material later. I've almost finished the choil in there, so that's pretty highly polished. You might have thought, hang on a second, didn't he harden that? Well, I do my usual testing and I was beating the proverbial out of it and I wasn't happy with the edge. It just started to chip, so I'm doing it again. Okay, because what I want is battle ready. I want this thing to hit copper pipe and not chip. To me, that's the sort of edge that I'm after. So I'm redoing it. After the Assassin, which is Survival Mike, I've took a fair bit of material out of there and kept that hump. Now what I've got is, I've got something where the balance point is, yeah, is about there. Okay, just a little bit that way last time, but with all the material there, it was over here. So I've correct the balance point. I'm thinking about 12 mil towards the handle. That I haven't got such a heavy, unwieldy lump at the front. This now is nice, because what I got to understand is, what you got to appreciate is, this isn't getting scales on here. There isn't going to be much more weight added onto this because this is a paracord wrap. So I reckon I got it about right now. From there, I'm not hurting myself in terms of just so much weight getting forward. And it was chopping wood lovely, and it's got a 2mm edge. I mean, you might be able to see that there. There's no edge on it. It's a 2mm thing for the heat treat. So that's moved on. And I got a favour for someone at work. I've got a lovely pair of shears. Okay. The thing about shears is, if you look at the shears that way, from this pin, this sort of fulcrum pin here, the two blades are actually a bit like a nuthatch or a crossbill pair of beaks. Okay. The blades actually want to do that. And it's when you action the hinge, go like this, they really work up against each other. So what you can't do, really, is remove material from the underneath of there, or the top of that one, because you want that shearing action as the two blades are fighting against each other to chop through things. So what that means is when you do the edge of a pair of shears, all you're working on is that. Don't try and sharpen them that way, because they won't meet in the middle. They won't meet in the middle. Okay? This one is swooped up, that one is gently swooped down, and as you close it, they really work and bend slightly up together. So if I didn't know what I was doing, and I removed material from there and there, you wouldn't get anything like that action. So I'm only working that way on the top blade and that way on the bottom blade, and I'm going to clean it up slightly. Okay, so I'll show you this, and then hopefully on the next video you'll see me doing a lovely job on the Assassin and the Enforcer. Catch me there. All the best. Okay, so what I've done is I followed that initial angle, which is something like that. Okay, so I've cleaned that up, but the one that works, and it doesn't have to be murder sharp because it's a shearing action. Now like a pair of bench shears in a workshop, the actual blade isn't sharp, it's two flat pieces of metal actioning together, shearing things off. You can still chop your finger off in a door, okay, because there's so much force involved and the edges are so square, anything that passes in between has to yield because they're meeting up against each other with a lot of weight behind it. Well, you're crunching that together with your chest muscles, you're going to work a pair of shears because you've got leverage on the handles. So you don't need, okay, a sharp edge on a pair of shears. Okay, so I've just dressed that up there like that, and in a minute I'll get a stone on it when I've done the other side, and it should work even though this isn't exactly a knife edge. Okay, so the initial one and then a secondary bevel there, so there's an angle there like that, and then one about there. Okay, same again there, angle-ish, and then an angle down there somewhere. Hi, thanks for joining me again. To understand how shears work. I say I haven't put a brutal edge on that because they're constantly going to be gliding across each other on that action there. But a coating of oil, that should carry on. It's a very crude tool actually, shears. It actually sounds right, doesn't it? There you go. Thanks for joining me again. It's got Wessex blades in England. All the best. Have a good week.